This is Caroline.
Hey Caroline, my name is Michael. I was calling about one of your listings you have. Looks like on Beacon. Was
Yes.
wondering if you had a few minutes.
Sure.
Perfect. Hey, yeah. So my wife and I, we were actually looking to hopefully get a rental property before the end of the year. Funny enough, we actually have another condo that's not too far from where this place is at, and I was just trying to see if maybe this would be a good fit for us. I did see that there is an HOA on there.
hmm
Do you happen to know how if they have any restrictions with like either mid or long term tenants?
No, so they don't. They don't like most condos in Dallas. They're against an Airbnb type
Mhm.
situation. However, they're very amenable to short term and long term. And the HOAs. It's run by a company, but it's really managed by the homeowners, and they're great. They're very low maintenance. I mean, they've had situations where someone, a college student will rent it out for a couple months. They're very, very easy to work with and low key on that. So there's no restrictions in terms of, the strong restrictions on the HOA.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly like the other HOA we have. Um, yeah, where they didn't want any short term, which is I mean we pretty much stick to either mid or long term tenants. So yeah,
Right.
that wouldn't be an issue with that. I know you guys. I mean, haven't been on the market for too long, but have you guys got any feedback on this property?
Yeah, we have had a ton of showings, like, I mean, a ton for a condo, especially, in this market. We've had two people expressing strong interest. We had good turnout at open houses. We're priced really competitively. We just reduced a little bit to hopefully try to move it. The seller, unfortunately, had to move out of Texas or else he would stay there. He really enjoyed living there. But it's, just kind of waiting on that right buyer. Would definitely love to work something.
Gotcha. Now, yeah, I did see. Was it just like one person living in there?
It was just him, yeah. But there's been, I mean, he bought it from someone. There were two people, so but just my seller situation, it was just him.
Gotcha. Okay, I did see. Yeah, and I know this one's a little bit unique. I was just trying to pull up like some quick kind of like rental comps in the area. There wasn't a whole lot of two-twos, a lot of one-ones, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
this,
definitely nice to have that extra bedroom.
yeah, 100%. Like I said, it was a little tricky, just because I was kind of getting numbers all over the place. I'm kind of estimating I could probably pull in something like right around maybe 2 to 2,200 if I get like two individual people renting
Yeah,
it out.
I was going to say at least 22. I think you could definitely get that.
Yeah,
I would feel pretty confident in that.
100%. Now, just looking at what's on the listing here at Zillow, he is this the same seller that looks like bought it back in 21?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. I just didn't know if like a cash offer would make sense, which I highly doubt, unless he owned it outright.
No, he doesn't own it outright. He does have a mortgage on it.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, and so yeah, I highly doubt a cash offer would be on it. I know another way that we were getting properties before, of course, rates went sky high was with our DSCR lender. Um, just having ran the numbers enough times, I do know at the 219 the numbers wouldn't work for what it's estimating to pull in. I'd probably have to be closer to like 190, 195 to get approval. Do they have any space to move on their price?
I know he's willing to get rid of it. That's below his bottom line, but at this point, would you have a realtor's commission?
No, we'd come in unrepresented.
Okay, I mean that helps. We've had a lot of activity at this point. I would recommend writing an offer, and we'll see what we can do.
Gotcha. At his, I know you guys obviously did that price cut of 6K not too long ago. I mean, at this
Yeah.
219, is he even gonna net anything?
No, he'll be. I mean, he's almost at his very, very bottom line. I mean, he bought it he bought it in a crazy market, and so
Yeah,
there was very competitive. So he, paid a lot for it.
yeah.
But no, I mean, it's going to be really tight for him.
100%. Actually, that's funny enough. That's the other condo that we got. We actually bought it back in around the same time, back in 20, or the seller bought it back in 21. Same kind of issue. Like he overpaid for it, and unfortunately, he ended up moving to Houston for another job opportunity. And yeah, he was just at his bottom dollar, like he could not move anymore. Otherwise, he was going to have to come out of pocket. In that case, what we ended up doing for that condo off of Ackerd is, again, unfortunately, he overpaid. He just had a really good interest rate, and we ended up just taking over his mortgage. And
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that
See,
would be a situation where
I
this
don't
seller
know
could
if
do
it's
it.
I don't know if it's assumable on that. I can find out if his current product is assumable.
Gotcha. So yeah, what we ended up doing, so just because we actually have, we tried to go through an assumable process as well. Unfortunately, like I said, my wife and I, we just have a few already mortgages out. We kind of went through cross country mortgages for everything that they would loan us out. So we're no longer conventional. So we actually tried to do an assumable and just ended up getting denied. So I mean, what we did in that case with that condo is what we did is typically called an informal assumption, where we just take over like their actual monthly payments.
Hmm. I'm not sure if that'll work. Are you could so you're not conventional? What was the type of loan product you were initially proposing?
So it would be a DSCR loan, which again at that, for what I'm estimating to pull in, I'd have to be closer to like maybe like 190, which it doesn't sound like it would work. In this case, and again, just depending on what the seller, what their PITI is for this property, we could potentially come in at their full 219. We'd end up paying your commission costs. Of course, we waive our end, and then we would just take over his monthly mortgage payments.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We get a lot of those wholesaler, requests. So I don't know if that's what you're calling about. But if you're really interested in it, I would just send an offer at whatever number works, and I'll present it to him.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Is this your cell phone number?
Yes, this is my cell, and he's pretty easy to work with. So you never know.
Gotcha. Perfect. Sounds good. Well, yeah, I'll take like I said, I just kind of did a rough draft on the numbers here, but I'll take a closer look at the numbers, and then yeah, we'll
Okay.
go from there.
Okay, great. Yeah, keep me posted. If you just want to email it, I can text you my email. I don't know if you want to look at it in person
Yeah, like I said, I'm
first
not
or.
I'm not too far from here. I'm in Garland, so yeah, I'll definitely see, if I can make time to go check it out.
Okay, great. Well, let me know, and we'll just go from there.
Perfect. Sounds good. Thanks, Caroline.
All right, thanks.
Mhm.